Hey y'all, Vampire Dracul back again with another how-to video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do a clean install of Windows 11 in Virtualbox. This video was a suggestion by a community member on a previous video. As of today, October 14th, 2021, if you try to install Windows 11 in Virtualbox, you will get this message. So, I'm going to show you how to use Rufus and ImageBurn to create a Windows 11 ISO that bypasses a TPM secure boot and processor requirements that are in Windows 11. This process should work for any device / virtual machine, but in this example, I'm going to cover how to do it in Oracle's Virtualbox. Let's get started. By the way, links to everything that I'm about to mention and use are in the description below, so check down there for all the links I'm about to discuss. First step that you want to do is download Rufus from GitHub. It's a bootable USB creation tool. It's been around for numerous years. I've used it a long time. I trust it. The newest version is Rufus 3.16. This was just released yesterday on the 13th of October. And as you can see here, add Windows 11 extended installation support disables TPM, secure boot, and RAM requirements, as well as the processor as well, because I'm not seeing that error anymore either while using this. So come down here and download this Rufus 3.16.exe and save it to a place that you can remember. The second tool that we're going to need is ImageBurn. This is an older tool, but we'll need this to basically create an ISO off the USB stick that we can then use to boot into Windows 11 and do a clean install in Virtualbox. I would recommend using Mirror 11 as it's actually provided by ImageBurn, and download that and save it to a location that you know. And the third step will be to actually download an official Windows 11 ISO from Microsoft. So what I'd say is come down here, download a Windows 11 disk image, select Windows 11, click download. It should give you an option to choose your language. Here it is. So pick your preferred language of choice, hit confirm, and then it'll present to you with a download link. You can then download the ISO and save it to the same area you've been saving the other two files. We are going to launch Rufus. It's just an executable, so find where you saved it and double click on it. And we're going to get rid of that. And here we go. So number one thing you got to do is plug in a USB key that's ready to go. It doesn't have to be necessarily formatted, as this process will format. Next thing you want to do is click disk or ISO image. That should be the default option, and then click select, and then go find your Windows 11 ISO. And it's very important that you come down to image options, and instead of standard installation, we want to go to extended, which this does not require the TPM, secure boot, 8 gigabytes of RAM, etc. So you select that. You can change the volume label if you want to something else. I'm going to keep it on that, and then basically keep all the other defaults, and then hit start. Warning, all data will be erased on your USB key as it's performing a format, and we will click OK, and this will take a little bit to run. Okay, once Rufus is done building the USB stick, you'll get a message. We've just created media that uses UEFI and TFS bootloader. Basically, you've got to disable secure boot, and that's what we're trying to bypass anyway. So we should be good to go with that if you're trying to bypass this stuff anyway. So we can close that out. Next, you got to install ImageBurn. It's a installable program, so just go ahead and get that installed. Use the defaults. I think there is a thing in there that wants you to install another third-party application. That's the only thing I didn't select. Otherwise, I used the defaults during the installation progress. It's pretty straightforward. Once you have it installed, open it up. You'll be presented with the menu on the top and the logs at the bottom. So the first thing we're going to do is create an image file from files/folders. So you click that, and then in here we're going to browse for a folder, and we're going to come down into here and just select that folder. You want to have the USB drive show up right here. The destination is where you want to save the ISO file. So click that. Find a folder that you want to save it as and name it. There we go, and hit save. It'll show up here. There's one more step we need to do before we click the build button. We want to click the advanced tab in the upper right here, and we come down to bootable disk. This is very important. You want to make sure you click this. It says make image bootable. And then for the boot image, we need to select browse for a file. You might have to navigate to your USB key and into the boot folder. Once you're there, you'll see etfsboot.com. We select that. And then down here for developer ID, type Microsoft Corporation. I want to make sure there's a space in between there. And it's spelled right, looks good. And then on sectors to load, we want to change that to 8. And that's really it for this. Once you have all those settings in there, come down to this build icon and click that. And it'll ask you if you want to change the labels and stuff like that. I just went with the defaults. We'll just click yes. And then it'll ask for an OK. Click on that. And then it'll begin writing the image to wherever you told it to save it. Okay, once ImgeBurn is completed, you'll get a message, the operation successfully completed. You can click OK on that, and we are done with ImgeBurn, so you can close that out. The next step will be to create a new VM inside Virtualbox. So we'll click Machine, we'll click New, we'll say Windows 11 Clean, pick the area you want to save. If it's different than default, make sure you're picking where you want to save it. And then I just like to go down to other Windows 64. And we'll click next. I usually like to give my Windows VMs at least 4 gigs of RAM. We'll create a new hard disk now. So select create. I'm going to use VDI, VirtualBox Disk Image. Click next. And we want to dynamically allocate the size. That way the size of the hard drive is not big until it needs to be big. Save some space there. And as far as space, let's give it 60 gigs. That should be good, but you can select any number that you prefer for your Virtualbox. And we will hit create. And then we have a new one here, Windows 11 Clean. So then we go up to settings. There's a few other things I like to change when setting a Virtualbox up. I like to go to processor. It just defaults to 1. I like to give it 4, but give it as many as you wish. Everything else kind of stays the same. For storage, we need to come into here and we need to mount our ISO. So click storage, click the empty. You'll see a little CD-ROM drive. And at this point, choose a disk file. Navigate to the area that you save the ISO. Double click it. It should put it into the CD-ROM, the virtual CD-ROM drive. And we click OK. Once we have done all that, we can start the virtual machine up, and it should load to the ISO we just created. All right, we're at the language settings and time and keyboard methods, so pick your preferred options here. Click next, and then you'll have an install now button. Click install now. Setup will then start. Next, you'll come to the product key page. If you have a product key, you can put that in here now. I'm just going to pick I don't have a product key. And you can pick the version of Windows that you wish to install. I just like to go for Windows 11 Pro. Click next. This is the licensing agreement, so read through that. Click the box over here and then click next. Then we'll come, what type of installation do you want? I like to pick custom, and then click on the hard drive. It should already be selected that we provision for 60 gigabytes or whatever size you provision for, and then click next. And then Windows will begin copying and installing the files needed to install Windows 11. Once the first part of the installation completes, you'll be at this Windows 11 looking setup page. So pick your country or region and then click yes. Then pick your keyboard that you prefer to use and then click yes. Do we want to add a second keyboard? Not at this time. I'm going to click skip. And here Windows 11 will begin to check for updates. So let it do its thing, and we'll get to the next step here shortly. All right, the next step is to name the device. So I'm just going to call it Vampire 11. Click next. And it's going to reboot on us again here. Okay, the next setup part is how would you like to set up this device? We're going to use it for personal use, so click that and click next. Now, here's where you can add your Microsoft account if you already have one and log in that way. However, I like to create offline accounts personally. So I'm going to click the sign in options and then you'll be presented with the offline account option. I'm going to click that. And we're going to skip that for now. Name of it, let's call it Vampire. And then it wants me to type in a password. We'll give it a little password here. All right, security questions, pick whatever you want, put the answer in. And click next on those. Next is the privacy settings. So this is personal choice on what you want to do here. And here's my personal choice. I turn all of this stuff off. That's just me, but you can do whatever you wish. Once you've picked your options here, click accept. Wants to check for updates again. And here we are on the Windows 11 desktop. Congratulations, you have successfully installed Windows 11 by bypassing the TPM secure boot processor and RAM requirements inside VirtualBox. There's one other thing I want to show you that's really important to do when you install a new VM. First thing we want to do is go back into our VM that we got running, go into settings. We need to eject the ISO we created. So click on storage, come down here. Click on the disk and say remove disk from virtual drive. Now it is empty. And that's good. Minimize that. Next thing we want to do is we want to click on devices inside VirtualBox here and insert guest additions CD image. Put that in there. It should autoplay. Otherwise you can go to the File Explorer, click on the D drive in this example, and then find VBox Windows Editions. Click on that, and click yes on the UAC prompt, and then we'll click next here. Pick the area you want to install. I'm going to use the default. I'm also going to leave the default options on this and click install. This will get some of the additional drivers and programs VirtualBox needs to run in its best. So I definitely recommend installing this part. All right, and it wants us to reboot the machine after we do that, so we'll let it reboot here. Okay, here we go. Log back in. back at the desktop. Now, if you want to be able to maximize this and it expand automatically with it, we can come in here and auto adjust, auto resize guest display. And then once that's enabled, if you minimize or maximize or do any setting in between, it'll automatically adjust those settings for you, so you don't have to keep going to the display settings. So let's check our WinVer. There we go. We're on version 21H2, OS build 22,000.194. If you found value in this video, I'd appreciate it if you were to subscribe to Vampire Dracula. If you liked the video, smash that like button. And in the comment section below, let me know how this went for you and how you're liking Windows 11. Till next time, keep it real.